My name's Gill Manly. What am I? I'm a singer, I'm a composer, radio broadcaster occasionally, playwright, I'm a columnist for a magazine, and a singer, and an actress. And I've been very fortunate throughout my career to be able to write. So my journey with mental health difficulties stretches back a long, long time. I'm 58 years old now. And I can safely say that for the last 50 years I've had struggles of varying degrees, certainly with depression, breakdowns, incorrect diagnoses, different medications that weren't applicable. But finally, last year, I had to reach out again to the mental health team. I couldn't work out what was going on. All I knew was that I was going through a crisis point. But I knew myself well enough that I needed to go and ask for help. That's something people don't always want to admit to. They might suspect there's something wrong, but they think, oh, I can struggle through, I'll get through it somehow. But it's okay to reach out, and in the privacy of your doctor's surgery, just to be really honest and say, I think I need help, is definitely the first step. Poetry and mental health they can work hand in hand really rather well, simply because poetry, to me, has always been a stream of consciousness. All I know is that there's a particular something I want to write about, and because there are no boundaries or rules, I'm not having to conform to something, i.e. a number of words or a specific structure grammatically or in terms of syntax. Because I have absolute and complete freedom, that means that my mind, which maybe hasn't got the ability to be still and focused, it gives the mind that ability to be itself at that moment in time. And I think that's terrifically important. I was a judge 2 years ago when Healing Words, the project, first came to fruition, or rather to being, shall we say. And what I found so exciting about being a judge was not only the amount of submissions we got in the various categories, but the different styles that people presented their work in. Some people just wrote something in the form of an email. Some people recited it to their iPhone camera and sent it in. Some people just recorded it. But every way that it was presented was right. There are no wrongs in this game, and that's what I really love. You may be camera shy, and that's okay. You don't have to do it to camera. But what I'm saying is, whatever makes you feel comfortable to present your words and your feelings, then that's the way to do it. So what do we write about? Well, mental health is a very complex topic, and I think there's so much shame associated around talking about it and even admitting to it. I myself didn't really admit my mental health difficulties in public until I spoke about it for Healing Words 2 years ago. In the past, when I've had periods of difficulty, shall we say, the one thing that has actually kept me going when I couldn't face the world or couldn't face day-to-day living and commitments was certainly having the love of my pets, the unconditional love of my pets, and I could write about that for days. But also, as a creative person, knowing that I could channel whatever it was I was going through my art, whether it was singing and performing or writing. I think Healing Words is definitely going to be a cathartic experience for many people. And if it isn't immediately, over the long term, by continuing to write and continuing to express yourself, I think has a long-term beneficial effect. We do carry a lot of shame and fear when we have a mental health difficulty. And I think the more we can do to help ourselves, and the more that we can do that in a sense publicly so that we can be acknowledged and understood, the better it is for everybody. I think the Advocacy Project deserves all the, shall we say, all the support and the awareness, the raising of awareness of what they do. I'm so proud to be associated with them, because what I love is the fact that they are really standing up for people who are marginalised in our community, to give them help and support in terms of their rights and equality. People with disabilities, mental health problems, possibly dementia, eating disorders, but they will stand up for them. So I would encourage you, if this is your first time, just get something on paper. It could be one line, it could be a whole page. It really doesn't matter. You never know, it might be a song, in which case sing it to us, if that makes you feel more comfortable in the way you express it. As I said, there are no rules, absolutely none, other than make sure you submit it to us, because we really want to hear and see your work.